Today, we have our first woman speaker on Parichaya, Ms. Lakshmi Gopalakrishnan. She is a traditional artist, an art therapist, a healing practitioner, a design educator, and founder of Ahana Antharmukha. I think this conversation will connect with a lot of students, young professionals, creatives, and honestly, anyone trying to keep up with modern life while quietly feeling emotionally tired. And the best part is, at the end of the shoot, even our camera team had their own set of questions for Lakshmi. So without further delay, let's welcome Lakshmi Gopalakrishnan. Welcome to you for the podcast.
Thank you so much, Pradyumna.
Yes.
It's my pleasure to be a part of this.
So do you think people are emotionally more tired than they realize?
So compared to the previous generations, I feel each generation goes through its own set of challenges. When I was a child or growing up as an adolescent or a young adult, the kind of situations that unfolded are pretty much different from what it is now. So I think according to each generation, they have their own set of challenges.
Okay.
So yeah, it depends on that.
So is it because of the modern life becoming too noisy?
Definitely, the scenario, if you compare a couple of years back, let's say about even as less as 15-20 years back, the scenario or the situation was much different, and the needs of the society or the needs of the system, based such as a social setup, has been very different from what it is now.
Okay.
So the youngsters have been exposed to a lot of social media. According to me, that's what looms large at this moment. The social media pressures, the comparisons, the requirements of this present generation, all has an impact on their mind. It has an impact on their psychic system.
Yeah.
So I feel they are processing a lot of things in the background. It may not show up in the front, but yes, I am also witnessing that in the education system.
So also, like you being a healer, you take a lot of counseling sessions as well. Do you think that relationships are very fragile in the given scenario? Are becoming very fragile?
Relationships are becoming fragile nowadays. I've also been noticing that. I think relationships have become more of a transaction now. See, the relationships are not going deeper because self-acceptance is not happening. So only when you accept yourself as who you are is when you will be able to accept the other as who they are. So I think there is something, some dynamics that is happening which is making the relationships fragile. They want to keep it superficial.
Okay.
When you want relationships to be kept superficial, the thing that happens is you are not committed to them. See, because a partner will always mirror who you are.
Absolutely.
So suppose the partner mirrors the negative aspect of you, the darker side of you, which becomes uncomfortable, and they're not able to face their fears, or they're not able to face the mirrors, their own mirrors. So that is when conflict happens, and there is like you said, the relationship becomes fragile. It becomes susceptible to breaking. So when your partner triggers you, or you trigger your partner, you both are awakening those aspects in each other which you need to heal, which you need to bring into awareness. So is this generation brave enough to do that is the question.
So what is this? Because healing or art therapy is more trending words in 2026. There are a lot of people who are talking about that. Give us an understanding on what exactly is healing.
Healing is not a process. Healing is something that happens automatically. I won't call it a process, though art therapy is a session which I facilitate amongst all age groups. It is just a space that I create for people to get in touch with themselves. And I call myself a healer, but the healing happens within themselves. So I just facilitate the healing to happen. So I enable people to actually step back from their thoughts, step back from their thinking mind, and look at their own life, how their life has unfolded because of the various thought patterns they have been following.
So healing is not something that you put into a certain person.
It is just an awareness that I bring into people through silence and meditation. I elevate their level of awareness so that they can see their own thought patterns. Art therapy helps people to notice these patterns,
Okay.
notice these beliefs that we are holding inside ourselves. And it also helps us to understand how we are dealing with situations. It's like we looking at our own thoughts. It's called metacognition, by the way.
Right.
So it's a terminology that generally not everybody can understand. But when we are living our lives, most of us are unconscious about the thought process that happens in a daily life. So I put light, I enable them to look at their own unconscious thoughts and that unconscious reality that is being generated or manifested out of this. And then they become conscious, they become aware. And they become aware that, okay, I need to pay attention to what's going on inside me. So that is the factor that I activate in my sessions.
For the younger generation, whosoever is watching this episodes or the shoot podcast, basically, healing or art therapy would be too technical to understand. Can you bring that to us very simple terms? That what you do?
In very simple terms, we are always looking outward for someone to understand us. All of us have this feeling that someone should be there for us, someone should love us, someone should understand us. We're looking for outward gratification, outward love. Anybody who really wants to feel their own love, how do I self-love? Self-love is fundamental to give yourself. So I feel self-love is prior to finding love in the outer world. So anybody who really wants to calm themselves down or just relax themselves down, anybody wants to know who they are, even for the wish to know who we are, it needs a certain level of consciousness.
Don't you think people are too busy to understand this in their life?
They are busy. They are very busy. But at some point of time, they will realize that, okay, this is too fast. I need to slow down. So everybody, believe me, in this world, at some point of time will feel that I need to slow down. Because life is not going to go the way they want. It's going to go erratic. It's going to go in different directions. It's going to disappoint them. I'm very sure that at some point of time, they will realize that life is not in their control. And when life is not in their control, uncontrollable things happen. When uncontrollable things happen, definitely uncontrollable emotions will happen. At some point of time, they will know that I need to slow down and I need to look what's happening and how I need to deal with my life. Some point of time it will happen and they will want that quiet time. There are many people who don't go to art therapy sessions, but you will find them in nature locations sitting quietly on a rock.
Right.
Or sitting under a tree. Every human being will definitely need a time when they need to recenter themselves or just quieten themselves for that space to actually process what's happening. They need to process.
So do you think that, we see a lot of people who are moving towards healing compared to medicine. What is your take on it?
Yes, I would say medicine is one of the ways in which you heal the physical body. Maybe temporarily medicine can heal the body, but I completely believe that all the physical ailments are psychosomatic and they begin with the mind and thoughts. Everything. The impressions that we hold in our mind, the kind of thought patterns we hold in our mind, the response we have to life situations, how we respond or how we block ourselves or how we give in to ourselves, how we surrender to a situation or how we resist a situation. All that are logged into the mind as blocks. It can be, you can call it impressions, you can call it blocks, it can be mind patterns. So these are all held in the mind and it creates a survival mechanism for you not to experience any unpleasantness hitherto in life. Next these circumstances happen, you will guard yourself like a survival, you will not let that happen. So there are a lot of patterns that we hold in that we create. The patterns are creating in your mind automatically.
Okay.
And when this happens, so what will happen is, like to answer your question, medicines, yes, they will help your physical ailments to certain level. but it cannot change the impressions you're holding, or the psychosomatic part of your being, which is generating the pain, which is generating the illness, which is causing a certain disease. So when you address the root level of what is that you're holding in your mind, in myself. So unless I address at that deep root level, I don't think any lasting transformation can happen.
So when you're trying to do certain healing sessions and all, as a healer, you should be locked with your aura or something like, I don't know if I'm using the right words for that. How do you do that basically? So that it doesn't affect your energies. You're talking about the energy.
Yes, there is a certain amount of consciousness. There is a certain amount of awareness that I have. So when I'm dealing with people having issues, so there is energy turbulence. Definitely a lot of energy turbulence during the session. So when the energy turbulence happens, I need to be neutral. So I cannot operate from a place of bias. I cannot operate from a disturbed energy state myself, right? So I do a lot of breathing practices prior. I do my meditation, I do my centering much before, and I've also learned how to direct my energies. So I also guard my energies.
Yes.
So when I have to guard my energies, because when there's a lot of turbulence in the energy, yes, I'm a facilitator. So I need to know how to really facilitate that energy, heightened state of energy, for the people to elevate, know their own illusions and detach from their illusions. At the same time, I don't engage in their illusions, So it needs a certain level of awareness, so which comes from a lot of years of spiritual practice. And I also do, it's called solar plexus healing. I heal myself before I enter into the session. So if I have any impressions that are coming in the way of healing, this I learned from creative school. So I heal my solar plexus chakra. So I do that healing for some time, and I also center myself down through various practices. And I operate from a state where I am like a channel. I'm just not going to interfere in that process. I'm just creating that energy space for them to elevate their awareness and look for themselves.
So was there any, like back in the days, was there any situations where certain energies had disturbed you or had affected you, or maybe had influenced you?
Yeah, many times. When I was an early healer, so when I had this feeling of wanting to relieve people from their suffering, or probably more than relieving people from their suffering, I had this urge to pull them out of their unconsciousness, of being able to see their own illusions, of being able to see their own mind patterns into which they are trapped. See, it's like, human predicament is very, very, it's very difficult according to me. See, if somebody is trapping you, you know that you are in somebody's trap. But when you are in your own trap, how do you find out?
Correct.
So for me, it is like listening to people and finding themselves trapped in their own thoughts used to be super stupid, to make them understand, look, buddy, you've created this trap for yourself. So I used to be more excited, or I won't say excited, I used to be very irritated and anxious to make them urgently understand that it's their own trap that they're inside. But it took me some time to understand that it does not happen that way. So there's only way that people can see their own illusions is by elevating their awareness. Awareness in the sense that they become more aware of who they are, to understand what they're holding. So practicing awareness comes by practicing breathing, conscious breathing, and meditation is a very big part of it. And I honor and respect meditation as one of the most powerful spiritual practices. And I really wish, and this is my dream, that everybody learns to meditate, because only through meditation you can create a sane world. Otherwise, there's a lot of insanity happening because of the dominance of mind.
Is there any case study that you will be able to share with us? No names given. A case study which disturbed you a lot, or maybe which is very, very special for you or something.
There has been many case studies which I have personally handled. But yeah, it will be not not be. I won't be able to reveal any of those things during the session because it might take the conversation to a different tangent. Yeah, but yeah, some of the things that I have found from my own therapist. So I won't call her my therapist. She is my mentor. I saw her hosting sessions in Creative School. Her name is Cinta Gonzalez, and she's from Dubai. And she's the one who actually introduced art therapy in Creative School. So there used to be many healers and practitioners, very powerful people used to visit Creative School and offer sessions to children and the teachers. So on one such event, I met this lady, and she's a ascended human being who has done several sessions of. She has done various courses on human, suffering and how to relieve trauma, stress, and everything. So she has actually created this art therapy as a concept of healing and self-introspection. So through her sessions, I gained some insights.
Okay.
And at that point of time, because I'm a self-taught artist and art is a great medium of expression, I had the feeling of, wanting to create a process, a spiritual process myself, which can help people understand themselves better. So that is when I found, and she herself, like you asked, she has gone through enormous amount of turbulence in her life, and like I always tell, suffering is never coming to defeat you. Suffering always comes to make you more conscious of who you are.
Right.
So it is like that they say that the suffering carves a deeper bowl in your being to hold more happiness. So the deeper your bowl is, the more happiness you can hold, right?
Correct.
So it's like the sorrow comes to carve you deeper. It gives you more pain so that your bowl becomes more deeper to hold the joy of the world. So I feel that there is a divine purpose in pain and suffering. So the pain and suffering she went through in her life made her and transformed her into one of the most powerful healers. So likewise, I feel that the challenges that I went through in life, the personal blocks that I experienced in life, has actually guided me to do something for the world and not something that I will do for myself. So when you become when you learn about life for a couple of years, when you interact with the world, when you go through your own challenges, when you go through your own blocks, you will start understanding that you will come out of it not for yourself, but you will come out of it to show a path to the others.
Right.
So that's how life unfolds.
But why Lakshmi is doing this?
This is a calling. I really don't know how it has happened to me. I think it started very early in my life, maybe when I was just 12 or 13-year-old, or maybe much earlier. I had this intuition of wanting to know what operates the world. Okay. How the world unfolds, and I used to be very interested in spiritual practices from very early. And I came to know that I can be a healer only in Creative School when I saw the healing system, the healing circle, the practitioners. And when I entered Creative School, they already know that they already know that I heal, because I have been a healer much before I reached Creative School. I think it's come as a natural calling, So when you plant a rose plant, you never know it gives you red flowers.
Right.
So it's a rose plant, but you don't know anything else. But one day when it bears red flowers, you know that it's a red rose plant. Like that, I don't know I'm a healer. So when I started going on my life's journey, at some point of time, red flowers happened. And that's when I myself know that I'm a healer. I myself don't know. So this is divine plan. This is God's purpose with me, I guess.
So if you can break the stages of the workshops that you usually take at Ahana Art Therapy. So what exactly happens over there? How would a person enroll for that? And what exactly happens, and what are the outcomes of that?
So generally they'll call me on the phone and say, Lakshmi ma'am, I want to attend your art therapy session. I want to experience what it is to go within. Many of them, they know that it's a process of going within, because I put it very clearly in my posters. So they say, I want to just experience what it is to go within myself. So and they all arrive at my workshops. And mostly my workshops are held in nature spaces, outdoor spaces, basically between the trees, on the grass. So the first thing that they come to a place where the session happens, one of the first things that happen is they become calm, because I've already consecrated that energy. I start stimulating that energy much prior to the sessions, and partially, like I told you, in the distant healing process, some of them, even before reaching my session, they only have to pick up the call and say that, ma'am, I want to attend your therapy session. They won't even tell that I want you to heal me, which is very direct. Okay, they will just say I want to be a part of my sessions, and my energy is already gone, tentacled around them. And then when they come to the sessions, they already feel the peace and calm in the beginning itself. And it is like I already initiate them into silence even before they've arrived to the venue. And then when they arrive at the venue, many of them fall quiet by themselves. And then I initiate them into breathing exercises. First, there's a basic introduction, and then I give them some breathing exercises, slowing of the breath. So when the slowing of the breath happens, they even relax. So that's called the breathing and relaxation part. Then I initiate them into guided meditation. So guided meditation is totally revolving around observing your breath. So that goes on for a long time, and I also play a music to enable to notice your breath. And as and when they're noticing their breath, automatically they go within. It happens in every session of mine. I notice that either they are in trance, kind of a trance-like state, or they just don't even know that they are going deep within. They lose track of their body and mind. I won't call it meditation, but it's just a state where they are disconnected from the outer world and they're going inward. They are exploring their inner world. And then I slowly guide them to open their eyes, and the paint and the painting materials are placed in front prior to the session, so that they don't have to run around picking up things. So they open their eyes and start expressing immediately whatever visuals they had in their session, in their meditation session. So they spontaneously paint, and this does not require any skills, does not require a person to know painting, and it is completely different from normal art. A normal art is you want to create something artistic. There is nothing artistic about art therapy, and they spontaneously start picking up a color. That also I guide them how to present their work. So they will be having the visuals intact in their head. They know what they want to create. I just guide them to pick up colors, and then create that, I would call it a layout more than an artwork. It is a layout of colors that they make. And after they finished making, they just lie down, because they're just processing all that's going on in their minds. A lot of things come up for all of the people. A lot of their thoughts, they become very, very much in touch with everything that's happening in their mind. Because without distractions, they are face to face with what's happening inside their head. And I think that's good. That's good to actually know what's happening inside you. You pay attention to what's happening inside you through any process. And this is one of the most, I would say, effective process to be in touch with what's happening inside you, and to be able to bring it out as a physical form. I would definitely not call it an artwork. It's a layout that you draw out from your mind.
So what happens once they draw that?
So once they finish the artwork and they lie down in self-retrospection, they even think a little more about what's going on. And then I give them some key questions. I give them some key questions which acts as pointers to what they are holding deep within themselves. Many of them know it automatically. They will write it down. Some of them may not find it very easy to access that. So I give them these pointer questions which will help them access answers for this. And the answers come from spontaneous, a spontaneous place. It comes intuitively. They don't have to think much about it. As soon as I say the question, they're immediately writing. So they write the answers at the back of the page. And they just wait in silence, and they try to go within. They can still paint again, they can write again. So this is a constant process that will be happening when I do the art interpretation.
Okay.
So art interpretation is one of the most important parts of this art therapy session which I host, and I am able to interpret the layout that they have drawn depending upon the questions they have answered, and I'm able to intuitively see what energy unfolds in their artwork. And sometimes they are openly expressing, they are free to express about their artwork. Those of the ones who want interpretations can come. There's no hard and fast rule that they have to get their painting interpreted. Some of them get answers by themselves. You know, they are able to see their own layout and they're able to cross check with their answers they've written.
So basically, this sessions or art therapy sessions can be attended by anyone.
Anybody.
Anyone and everyone.
Anybody.
Okay. So they
No
don't need
language
to,
barrier, no age barrier.
they don't need to know
no
about
gender
art.
barrier,
They don't need to
nothing.
be a part of a creative field.
Many of the participants have touched paint and brush for the first time in their life. They don't even know what is painting.
So why people have to attend your sessions?
It's basically to know, not even to know about yourself. It's just to be with yourself. You know, just to be with yourself. That 1 or 2 hours you can be peaceful in doing something that you've never done before. Just being in touch with yourself.
Okay.
So it gives a lot of relaxation. Why someone should attend my session? Anybody who wants to feel deeply relaxed. Anybody who wants to have a quiet time with themselves. Anybody who wants to disconnect from the chaotic life and just want to give 100% time to themselves.
How do I even know that I'll have to, I need your sessions?
You will need it when you see some of the videos I post on Instagram, because that's exactly, the vibe is shown in the Instagram videos. And many of them say that when they see the participants going through that quiet time, they will call me and say that, can you do this for me? That's what they say. So they'll call me and say that the people who are experiencing whatever they're experiencing, I want to experience that. Can you do it for me? So that's how they come to my sessions.
So anyone can become an art therapist?
Definitely, anybody can become. But there are some, I won't call it prerequisites. Some of the qualities that an art therapist should have is they should operate from a very pure state.
If you can define role of art therapist.
A role of an art therapist is, firstly, he or she should have the urge to relieve mankind from pain and suffering. If you can't bear the pain and suffering of your mankind, you are already a healer. So when you find people suffering, you suffer. When somebody is going through pain and it pains you, if you feel their pain, if you feel their suffering, and you want to help them out of their pain and suffering, then they can be an art therapist. Basically, you'll have to be a humanitarian to be an art therapist.
Is there any connection between art therapist or art therapy and distant healing?
Art therapy and?
Distant healing.
Distant healing is done by many therapists, not just art therapists. So distant healing is done by Reiki practitioners. It is done by various kinds of healers. There are pranic healers. There are a lot of people who practice distant healing. But again, distant healing is one of the most subtle ways of healing, where you don't even know the person. You don't need to be in touch with them. You don't even need to talk to them. You don't even need to be in conversation with them. So somebody, can say that someone is suffering. There are times when some people call me and say one of my relatives is going through this medical state of, pain and discomfort for a very long time. It's chronic. Can you do something about it? So that is when, even saying that, when they're saying that to me about somebody, I don't even know who that somebody is, but the energy moves. The energy moves and you can heal people. So it is basically you becoming sensitive to another man's pain and suffering. And that is what is needed in a healer.
So how does these sessions or these experiences help a student, maybe in terms of creativity or something like that? How does a student can get benefited out of this?
Many times in the student life, they are very confused with what they want to pursue, what they're good at. They have a lot of self-doubts. Can I do this? Will this course work with me? Will I be able to do this? So in a student's life, there are many questions regarding their education. And also, not just educational questions, questions regarding their education. They also have questions regarding how their family will support them in that process.
Okay.
So they have a lot of conflict. A student's life is not easy. So at that point of time, when they attend a session like this, they come to terms with what is that they want in the actual, in their in their subconscious mind. They will be able to connect very deeply with. Some of the students are able to connect with the purpose of their life because it's already unfolding. See, once they become little young adult, so the purpose starts showing up. They are able to know, okay, I'm inclined to doing this. I like doing this. I don't like doing this. That much clarity, I think they have.
So in your sessions, do you also see younger generation, younger people?
Mostly youngsters are the ones who are coming now.
Okay.
So I feel the level of consciousness the youngsters have now, it is becoming more and more pronounced because they are seeing that the adults are failing in life. Their parents or their peers. Either they are succeeding in life, which they are not able to emulate, or they are failing in life so miserably that they don't want to copy them. They don't want to end up being them.
Right.
So they already have, the youngsters nowadays are overloaded with information.
Okay.
They're already living an adult life even before being an adult.
Is it because of the exposure that
It's because of the exposure. It's because the overexposure of everything that's available on media. So it becomes crucial for them to step back and live their real moment. I'm a 15-year-old. I live my 15-year-old moment, not a 30-year-old man's moment. And it becomes very, very important to recenter themselves to that moment of life where they are living. Whatever position or whatever situation they are living in, they need to come back there because everybody is everywhere in their minds.
So, what are the few practices that you can give for a person who is watching this? Say, for example, if that person not able to attend your workshop, so is there a way that you can guide them through certain practices?
Definitely. So I would always vouch for breathing practices which calm the mind, and some of the breathing practices which help are breath meditation. So it's just awareness of your own breath. So you can just sit quietly and observe your own breath. You don't have to meditate. Even there's just 1 or 2 minutes of sitting still and observing your own breath. It's as simple as that. So, if you're not able to do that, some of the simplest things that they're kind of practices which work physically. At the same time, they help you cope with situations. One of the practices is called the 20 connected breath, which I teach everybody. I even teach the children. If they're over anxious, angry, uncontrollable, or if there is something bothering, even if people having some news you heard on the phone, and something disturbs you and does not let you do the job that you're supposed to do. You're not able to do the next job. So something is overpowering in your mind and you really want to calm yourself down. The anxiety or the stress. At any point of time in your day, during the day, you can do it any number of times. It's called the 20 connected breath, and it's done in a repetition of 4 short breath and 1 long breath. Repeated without breaks. So 4 short, 1 long, 4 short, 1 long, 4 short, 1 long, and 4 short, 1 long. So 5 fours are 20. So it's each cycle is 5 breath, 1 long breath.
So that's a sequence basically.
It's a sequence. So it's a 20 connected breath. You can Google and you'll find out. 20 connected breath immediately calms you down. It disengages you from the overthinking mind or the mind which is creating anxiety in you. So this you can practice. It's one of the easiest methods to center yourself. So when and more spiritually speaking, you align yourself with the life force, it can give you great clarity in life.
Okay. So now let's just have a quick rapid fire round.
Sure.
Okay. So one word for peace.
Peace is when you love yourself deeply.
Okay. Silence or conversation? What you feel basically. It's your pursuit.
Silence in conversation.
One thing people should stop normalizing.
Dysfunction.
What is healing for you?
Healing for me is love. It's another word for love and healing are the same according to me.
Okay. One thing younger people need more of today?
Acceptance.
Absolutely. One thing younger generation need to hear from you.
Take time to be with yourself without any distractions.
Mhm. So one thing social media is making it much better, and one thing which is making it much more worst.
Social media is giving a platform where you can touch your dreams. Literally, you can have that simulation of
Yes.
being in your dream world. I mean, I don't say social media is all bad. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. I'm looking at mountains, rivers, valleys, and I'm looking at people trekking, bungee jumping. I'm only activating my visual sense looking at it.
Right.
But in the real life, am I experiencing that? It's just a simulation that I'm looking someone experiencing their life.
Correct.
So basically, social media is you looking at someone experiencing life, and I, at the cost of me living my life. I'm not doing anything with my life, and the entirety of my time is going into what somebody has posted on social media. And if you check what am I doing with my life, I'm just sitting on the seat and looking at other people's posts. So isn't that the most futile way to live your life? Or when you need to just throw your phone and take your bags and go live in the forests or climb mountains and immerse yourself in the beach, the sea waters, and not care about what anybody thinks of you. Not bother about posting it on Instagram. Am I living my life in the real way? That's what matters, and that's what probably I will want to tell the youngsters, that distance yourself from screens and really live a real life.
Okay. One thing that deserves less stress in life.
Overthinking.
So now you are into this practice like easily more than 15 years?
Yeah, absolutely. More than 20 years.
More than 20 years, almost 2 decades. Is this commercially viable?
It's commercially viable, though I don't look at it that way. It is, for me, as many people get in touch with themselves, as many people learn how to understand themselves, as many people learn how to accept themselves, irrespective of the external situations. That's a great victory for me. And commercially, yes, I don't do any free sessions, by the way, because I believe that anything free has no value. I mean, anything you offer free, they'll always doubt, they will doubt the quality of it, or, nothing. I mean, there's an energy exchange that is always attached to any spiritual practice. And commercially, I don't know how it works, or I've still not explored that option, but definitely I've explored the spiritual option to a very, very large level. And for me, that seems like the goal.
How can anyone reach out to you for these?
I always put my posters in Instagram. Any session that's happening, that will come on Instagram. And I also give my direct phone number. So they are open to call me, open to message me directly. They're even open to discuss with me on phone prior to attending this session. They can even call me and ask me, why do I need this? What are you going to do to help me? In detail. So based on the conversation, if they feel convinced, they can come over to my session, or they can directly drop into my sessions. I even take direct drop-in entries. So many times my students themselves have said that, ma'am, I just want to be a part of your session. It feels very relaxing. So it's as simple as that. But something more complex happens during the art therapy session. Only when you experience, you will know it.
Okay. So I guess we have spoken a lot of things upon art therapy, healing, and ahana as well, basically. So before going for the conclusion, what is it one thing that you see common when you do a certain therapy sessions? What is it one thing that
very nice question, Pradyumna. It's a very nice question. One thing I've found common in all the people is, whenever I start a session, there is a certain fear that they have to face themselves. I can see that very much. They resist. Many times when these sessions happen, they pay up for the sessions and they back out. They'll say that I'm not ready to come. Sometimes they'll come to the session, but they will create a guard. They will not fully participate. Sometimes there are tantrums, the ego tantrums, because the ego is going to be found out, right? The thief is going to be caught.
Right.
So you can make out the resistance in people. They will not be able to sit in meditation. They won't be able to close their eyes. They will start complaining about many things, like I don't know art, or I can't meditate. Can I do meditation without closing my eyes? I mean, I see a lot of things.
So is it like few things are just haunting themselves?
Yeah. So what happens is, whenever this session happens, they know that yes, they have to look within themselves, and it takes a lot of courage to go within to face themselves, and they find it uncomfortable. So that discomfort will show in the beginning. So as resistance, as least resistance, or it can blow up into big resistance, which I have not experienced in the sessions, but I can see that there is the initial resistance. I don't want to do this. How can I just bypass this? So in the session, many of them unconsciously bypass also, because they're not ready for it. I won't say everybody who comes to my sessions are ready for my session, but yes, they get an entry into that realm of, yes, I can be in this space, in this unconditional space where I look at myself in clear glass. There's a difference between you looking at somebody with clear glass and looking at yourself with clear glass.
Right.
So that's what I facilitate.
Great. So yeah, having you on Parichaya, how was it for you?
Thank you so much. It's a great platform. Thank you, Pradyumna, and I really would want many more people to experience Parichaya, to be able to bring out their precious stories through Parichaya. Many things that probably you will not be able to speak on any platform. Many things you will not be able to uncover or bring into light for the people. You can bring it through this platform, and I'm very thankful to you about this.
Yes, thank you.
And I wish you all the best. I wish you many more success, many more stories that will help mankind. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, good.